Hey guys, so today I want to talk lunch. Now I have the luxury of working from home. So a lot of people think, oh, lunch must be very easy for you. You run downstairs, you grab a sandwich, you grab something, but the problem for me is that I'm a picky lunch eater. Sometimes I don't even eat lunch because I just don't know what to eat. So I've tried to be proactive about putting lunches together before the week begins, so that I have things that are tasty and that I love and that I can just pull out of the refrigerator when I'm ready to take my lunch break. One of my favorite lunches is stir fry. I love Chinese food. If I could go out for Chinese food every day, I probably would. But A, that gets expensive, and B, it's not always the most healthy option, clearly. So I've created my own kind of Asian stir fry that I absolutely love. This is a vegetarian stir fry. I'm not a vegetarian personally, but I love vegetables, so it's perfect. And it's healthy, and it makes sure I get a full serving, if not more, of vegetables a day. So what I like to do is I like to make a huge batch of it, and then after I'm done cooking it, I'll have some for lunch on the day that I make it, and then I will store the rest of it in little Tupperware containers so that I can easily pull it out of the fridge and eat it for the rest of the week. And just a FYI, for those that don't like leftovers, I'm one of those people. I don't really care for leftover foods. I'm really picky about that. But this is a food that not only tastes good leftover, but sometimes it tastes even better the second time, because the sauce and the vegetables have kind of had time to marinate together and really get all the flavors together. Really, you really cannot lose with this recipe. So basically, you can just throw whatever the heck you want in here. If you are a meat person, you can put steak or chicken, cut them up to bite-sized pieces, throw as much as you want in. For me, like I said, this is a vegetarian recipe that I'm doing. So I started with my basic peppers, and there's some onions at the bottom of this bowl here. And you guys, I pre-cut these because I don't want to bore you by sitting here and cutting up vegetables. You guys know what vegetables look like cut up. I try to cut them up into little strips, that way they cook nicely and they're easy to eat when you make the stir fry. If you don't know how to cut vegetables, then you're in the right spot, because you can go and YouTube it right now, but just make sure you come back to my channel after you do that. So I've got some onions and peppers. I've got 3 peppers in here, 1 full onion, and you guys, this is a total cheater meal for me, because at the store you can buy prepackaged vegetables. These are sugar snap peas, probably my favorite thing that goes into this. I love all the vegetables, but I just don't get to eat a lot of sugar snap peas by themselves. So I love having these in here. I'm gonna just, whoops. You can tell I really love sugar snap peas. I'm gonna just put all of them in there. You don't have to cut off the ends or do anything fancy, just throw them in there. And then another way to be quick and efficient is, this is just a bag of vegetable stir fry. And this includes, there's some sugar snap peas in here as well, broccoli, carrots, and bean sprouts. You can get this at your regular grocery store. You guys, this stuff isn't that expensive. It's about $1.50 a bag for this stuff. And you make a huge pot of it, so it's totally worth it. If you get 4 or 5 meals out of it, it's like paying $2 or $3 a meal, if that, which is just amazing. So I will, woo, that was a big one. I will throw all of this in here. Now, this is a really big piece of broccoli, so I'm just gonna make it more bite-sized for my stir fry. You don't have to do that, I'm just doing that. Cool. That is a giant bean pod. Just throw the rest of this in here. You guys, this is a full thing of just veggies and deliciousness. Now, I'm gonna bring this into the kitchen. I've got a giant wok that I like to cook it in. Now, some people are really worried about oh, you have to cook the peppers and the broccoli first because they take the longest to cook and you don't really want them getting soggy and whatever. I have never really had a problem throwing everything in the pot at once together and having things get soggy. So if you're really worried about that, you can put your hard vegetables like broccoli and peppers, and if you put carrots in there, carrots, and cook those first, and then add the softer things like the bean sprouts and the onions and the sugar snap peas. You can really do it however you want. I'm not that concerned about it, so let's go into the kitchen and I will show you how I make this recipe. Alright guys, so I'm in the kitchen. Here's my wok. It's heated up for a little bit. You don't really need to do a whole lot of preheating there. But I've got this stir-fry oil you can get at the grocery store. Totally not necessary. You can just use vegetable oil or canola oil or whatever oil. You can even use coconut oil. That's a fantastic alternative. Olive oil. Whatever oil floats your boat. I really don't care. Just put maybe about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons or so in there just to kind of coat the bottom of your pan. The reason, well, my husband got this, so that's kind of why I'm using it, but it's also infused with garlic, onion, and herbs. So this oil will give the dish a little bit of extra flavor, but it's really not necessary. If you want, you could add some crushed garlic in there to give it that flavor. We already have the onions in here, so what I'm going to do is throw all of my vegetables in here. While this is cooking, I'm going to get a big pot of water put on for rice. I love to make this with rice. It gives it a little bit more substance, and I just think it's delicious with rice. So I'm going to get a big pot of water going for that. So when I make this, I definitely like to have rice with it. It just gives a little extra substance and a little extra something there. I love it. You can buy like minute rice and stuff in small bags at the store, but you usually pay about $3 a box for just, you know, like 4 packets of rice, something like that. I buy the big, huge bundles of rice because we eat this type of food all the time. It's 2 cups of water per 1 cup of rice, so I'm going to be boiling 4 cups of water and scooping out 2 cups of rice. And I'm going to get this going while we continue to cook the stir-fry vegetables. We're going to wait until these vegetables get nice and tender, and then I will show you the next step, which is adding the sauce. Alright guys, so the vegetables are nice and tender. I'm going to just use some store-bought classic stir-fry sauce. I told you this was super easy. No brain surgery during this recipe. And you can find stir-fry sauce anywhere, honestly. Any grocery store. You go to the Asian food aisle or the sauces aisle and you will find it. There's no rule as to how much you use. Basically, you just want to put it on to taste. I like mine nice and flavorful, so I put a decent amount of sauce on. If this is your first time making this, I suggest you start with a small amount, and you can always add more. Actually, you can even put the bottle on your table, and if you bring it to your plate and you eat a couple bites and say, oh, this is not as flavorful as I wanted this, all you need to do is put some on top. It doesn't need to be cooked. The sauce doesn't need to be heated or anything, so I'm gonna throw this in here now that it is all cooked. Just gonna stir it on. Nice and flavorful. Delish. So there you have it, guys. It is really that easy and it is delicious. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna eat my lunch now, and I hope that you guys will give this recipe a try. Now don't forget to like this video and subscribe so that you'll be alerted every time I put up a new recipe. Thanks guys, bye.